Sometimes I rhyme slow, sometimes I rhyme quick.
Man, I love toys.
Bro, same.
I just wish we had more of them, to be honest.
Well, I know where we can find some more.
Really?
What's up, Build Space?
Hi, Build Space. Hey, Build Space.
Super excited to show you the toy.
Together we're building an iOS app.
This is my first toy for Build Space.
Hi, Build Space. Here's what we've built so far.
How's it going, chat? What's going on, everybody? Hopefully you enjoyed that toy video. As always, can you just please let me know if you can hear me and see me? Because again, I never know. I got a great snack here today. I'm not sure if they have this outside of America, but veggie straws. They just take veggies and they do something to them. And I think they're still potato chips, but they say that there's vegetables inside of them. I don't know. They're just delicious. And we also have a good movie playing in the background. If you know what movie it is, let me know in the chat. I'll be surprised if you get it from this scene, actually. Oh, never mind. Now it's obvious. We're early today? Yeah, we're early today, you know? And by week 3, you tend to start, getting into the groove of things, And that's where you all are as well. You're starting to get into the groove of things. And, I mean, yeah, honestly, at this point in nights and weekends, the people that stick around are really the ones that stick around. In week 1, you have the big drop off, and then week 2, you have that big drop off with the first toy. But honestly, at this point, it's pretty cool. Like, by our stats from previous seasons, like if you're here now, there's a very high chance you're here 3 weeks from now as well. So, shout out to you all. And one sec, let me just take my chat out here. All right, cool. I got chat now. Yes, it is Spider-Man. It's Spider-Man 1 playing in the background. This is the infamous scene where him and MJ are on a field trip and Homie gets bitten by a spider. Spoiler alert. Everyone's so surprised that the stream is on time today. I feel like a lot of you are just going to show up 10 minutes late on purpose. But you're surprised, motherfuckers. Cool, let's get started. So, today is actually a bit of a different stream for you all. Kind of a little bit less lecture-y and a little bit more hands-on, I'd say, in terms of like using the things that you all are posting already. Basically, I want to talk today about how to launch and how to get your first 10 people. Originally, this stream was just titled Get Your First 10 People. But I also added this yesterday, which is how to launch, because I think this is the main thing that's tripping up a lot of you. So when I scroll through LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, when we see all your support questions come in, this is the main kind of like thing. I'm like, oh man, if this person just got a little bit better, like at launching, I think that it would really benefit them. Because I think a lot of you are putting your work out there and maybe nobody's noticing and you think that the thing is bad, but in reality, you're just not launching properly, So I really want to kind of make it clear how to launch. And I think I want to first kill a couple of narratives inside of your head. Can anybody tell me what is a launch? Go ahead and tell me what is a launch in the chat. When somebody launches something. Tell me, what is it? What is launching something? It's a rocket flying to the sky. Yo, shout out to India on the moon. Let's go. Sending it out to the world. Great. Showing people that we got something. Yes. An official release to the public. I'm not sure if I'd use the word official, but it's a release to the public. Yep. It's putting in the wild. It's public. Great. I think a lot of you have the right idea already. But I do want to kill a couple of narratives around what people think launching is. I think, me included, for a long time, I thought this was launching. I thought, if I got on the news and they talked about my thing, then I had officially made it and then I was officially launched, So like, I'm sure you all see these all the time, like XYZ company does this or XYZ person has done this. And it's really big. It's like a really big thing, right? Honestly, this is a launch, but I just feel like this isn't the type of launch that you all should be striving towards right now. This is also a launch, like we see companies and people all the time do these massive launches. This is Apple's launch, right? Every year. And this also is a launch, right? But I kind of want to. I think the way I want to rethink. I want you to rethink these narratives is, as a person, you probably see other companies and products do launches. Maybe like maybe one launch stands out to you, right? But I want you to know that launches aren't these one-time things that you do. In reality, nearly all of you actually launched last week, right? I'm not sure if you see it that way, but surprise, you actually launched last week when you showed your toy to the world, right? Launching is simply when you create something and then show the world. That's all launching is. So in my opinion, this is launching. This is launching. But what I want you to know is that you're going to end up launching a lot more than that. That's like one big fancy launch, right? But in reality, that's not how it's going to work for you all. In reality, for you all, you could launch every single day if you wanted to. And I'm going to show you what I mean here in a sec. I want you to think for a second. You know, I always like to think back to the people that you all look up to and the companies you all look up to. But if you think about your favorite creator, your favorite company, your favorite director, whatever, chances are that they launch a lot, that they put their work out there a lot and on some cadence, right? I'll give you an example. This is one of my favorite rappers out there. This is Bones. Bones is an underground rapper. I guess he's not that underground anymore, but look at the cadence at which he like releases music. Like 2016, 2 albums. 2017, almost 5 albums. 2018, almost 4 albums. 2019, 4 albums. 2020, 4 albums. And it's like, it's so cool to see that this guy is constantly launching new music. Like, he doesn't do one big fancy launch of his music per year, you know? He's just not big enough. But in this case, he puts out a lot and he gives himself a lot of chances to get lucky and for some of his songs to go big. This is another example. Does anybody know who this is? This is one of this is my favorite YouTuber of all time. And I looked back at his old videos when he first started, and he launched so many videos. This is PewDiePie. Yes, he launched so many videos. Like almost every single day, this guy was putting out a new video, right? PewDiePie didn't make one big YouTube launch every 2 weeks, right? Where he's trying to make the perfect video. No, he's just trying to put some new stuff out every day. And it may not be perfect, but it's good enough. And it's always an iteration on what he did prior. And, you know, this is BuildSpace, right? Like, BuildSpace is, yeah, Floor Gang. If you understand that meme, you're cool. And if you don't understand that meme. Anyways, BuildSpace launches a lot. And you can see this, it's obvious here, right? Like, hey, we just launched a campus. Hey, we just launched this new video series. Hey, we just launched this other video series. Hey, now we're making anime videos. Hey, we just launched our support line. Hey, we just launched a new class that we're offering. It's like, we are constantly putting stuff out there. And that's how I want you all to think about yourselves, right? These are all launches. Every single one of these is one little launch. In reality, BuildSpace launches almost every single day, something new to you all. And I think I want you to know, like, launching is how you take your shots. You know, in basketball, you know, you take a shot, right? So in basketball, in reality, you're not gonna hit every shot that you take. So why not just take more shots? Like, you can do that instead of lining up for like the perfect shot and then hoping that you make it. Why not just take like 5 shots and maybe you make one of those 5 shots or 2 of those 5, maybe even 3 of those 5 shots versus just taking one that you think is the perfect shot. And today I simply want to show you how to launch better. That's it. I know the power of bringing other people along for the ride, and I see so many of you working on cool shit, but it's just like the way you are launching can just be adjusted a little bit, and I think it'll massively benefit you. And never forget like why you want to bring people along for the ride. Because remember, if you make music and you release a song, it'd be pretty cool if 100 people listen to it, right? If you're doing research, it'd be pretty cool to have 100 people curious about your work. If you're working on an app, again, it'd be pretty cool if you got 100 people who are using it every single week. So it's like, we all know the benefit of getting people to be part of our ideas. And you know, these are like the 4 things I talked, or 3 things actually I added one at the bottom, but people give you motivation, you need that. They give you feedback, you really need that, and they give you momentum. But I think one thing I'm adding here is they also give you these unknown opportunities. When you put your work out into the world, you never know who's gonna see it, you know? And I think that is the most interesting part about all of this, where it's like, if you put your app out into the world, for all you know, someone sees that and now wants to work with you, or someone sees that and now wants to like use your app. You know, there's so many unknown opportunities that can come from you just launching your work constantly. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of obvious, but Einstein didn't figure it out all by himself. He had a crew alongside him. Neither did Elon, neither did Drake. Like, everybody figures it out over time with the support of others. So again, let's get good at talking about our work and getting the support of others. And that's really what I want to talk about today. It's called How to Launch, but in reality, it's just how do you talk about your work in a way that just makes sense to other people. This is almost like marketing 101, by the way. And I think, by the way, in order to get there, you have to get really good at launching again and again and just over and over and over again. Like, for many of you, for this week, for the weekly update for BuildSpace, right, for nights and weekends, we're asking you to launch, right, one time. But hey, it's up to you. You could launch 7 times in the next 7 days if you wanted to. It's just totally up to you. So I want you to take your creation, your toy, the thing that you've worked on, and I want you to figure out this week how to make it a really solid launch. And it all starts here. And feel free to screenshot this if you want to. But everything I'm covering today is going to cover the same kind of format. Every launch, every good launch has the same thing. It doesn't matter if it's a Twitter tweet, it doesn't matter if it's a LinkedIn post, it doesn't matter if it's an Instagram reel, it doesn't matter if it's a TikTok, it doesn't matter what it is. Every good launch covers the same exact structure. It has to cover what it is in a very clear and simple way. It has to cover what's in it for the other person who's looking at it. It has to answer the question for the person, is this legit? Who the fuck is this? I'm just scrolling Twitter, I'm just scrolling LinkedIn. What is this? And finally, you need the fourth thing, which is and by the way, you all are missing, almost all of you are missing this as I look at your launch videos. How do I get it? Remember, your whole goal this week is to launch and get people to care about your work. And that's through either trust, usage, or money, right? So your launches have a very, very clear goal. Your goal is to get people to either trust you, sign up on your wait list, get on your newsletter, subscribe, or it's to use your product, or it's to give you money for what you're working on. So again, everything I'm covering today is going to kind of follow this format. And I'm going to focus mainly on Twitter today, but I just want you to know, like, the same format applies to almost all platforms. Like, if you get good at Twitter, you're going to get pretty good at Instagram over time. If you get good at LinkedIn, you're going to get at Twitter. It's like, my advice to you is like, I would launch on all platforms, but I would kind of focus on maybe 1 or 2 and get good at 1 or 2 because every platform is so different. But I would definitely launch on all platforms. Yeah. Cool. Let's go through a couple examples, huh? So I want to show first one just really solid example from last season. This was actually the one that kind of got the most attention, and it was also like my favorite launch post last season. It's from this fellow named Calix. Let me show you. Let me zoom in a little bit. So let's check this out. Let's break this down, right? I'm scrolling Twitter. I want you all to imagine when you're writing these posts, I want you to imagine that you yourself are scrolling Twitter, and I want you to ask yourself, would you stop and read your own post? Like, that's the easiest thing to kind of ask yourself. So let's start here, right? Okay, introducing Dream, an AI-powered no-code tool. Dream enables anyone to build and deploy functional web applications with prompts instead of code. If you're interested in trying it out, like this post, comment what you'd want to build using Dream. CC BuildSpace. And here's a little video here that he shows. All right, what do you rate this launch post out of 10? Go ahead and tell me. Instead of complaining about light mode, dark mode, I want you to use your brain cells and actually focus on the task. Okay, 7. Okay, 8. 8. Okay, cool. Cool. I would give this a solid 8.5. And I want to break down why this one is so good, right? So, like, let's start with the very first thing, right? Which is the headline. The headline. He has a great headline. Introducing Dream, an AI-powered no-code tool. Great. Like, I instantly kind of have a solid idea of what this means. Cool. What does it do? This is like the body, right? This is the body of your launch. This actually tells people specifically how it works. Because again, I don't really understand how it works from the headline, but when I read this, I get a much more solid understanding of what it does, right? Okay, so it's like I get to build and deploy web apps with prompts. Okay, cool. This could be a little bit better, but okay, I kind of understand. And finally, he has a little video here. So if I still don't understand what he's working on, he has a really, really simple video that just shows him writing a prompt, and then that prompt generates a web app. Right? Pretty cool. And I want you all to look at this. I want you all to break this down, right? Because it's very simple. It's a headline, right? It's the headline. It's the body of the post. And then it's the actual CTA. Now, CTA stands for call to action. The CTA is what a lot of you all are missing right now. It's the thing that you want the person to do, you know? So in this case, Calyx wants people to comment on his post so that he can then DM them and then give them access to this tool. All right? It's that simple. So that's Calyx. Great video, great post. And honestly, if all of you followed like this sort of like structure, I think that it would serve you well. Let's look at another one. Let's look at another one from last season. This is John V. Introducing Duo Talk. Learn languages while watching your favorite TV shows. Stop saying you used to be fluent to get on Duo Talk. Reply or DM for access. All right, let's watch your video.
Practice my Spanish. Hey guys, I'm John V and I built Duo Talk, a tool that lets you learn languages while watching any Netflix show of your choice. So say I want to practice my Spanish and I speak English. Here I can set the settings and my Netflix show will now have the language I'm trying to learn, as well as the translations of my native language. Now, say I actually spoke.
Okay, pretty cool. So essentially, she's working on this tool where it'll show the subtitles in the original language, and then it'll show, the subtitles in another language that you're trying to learn. And this is like a very common way that people use to learn languages. They love, a lot of people learn English by watching Hollywood movies. I learned, like even me, I learned a lot of Hindi by watching a lot of Bollywood movies. So let's talk about this post, right? Like, what do you rate this launch post out of 10? Like, let's just say you were scrolling Twitter. Like, would you stop? What would you rate out of 10? Now, if I'm scrolling, I don't know if I think I do stop to watch this video. And I'll talk a little bit about what I don't like about this and what I really like about this in a moment, and what I think that you all could benefit from. Yeah, I think this is like a solid, I would rate this like okay, so there's two pieces to this, right? It's the copy, which is the text, and then it's the video, right? This is a god tier video. Why? It's because, first of all, John V is right there. A lot of you are doing stuff or like showing your work, but like, imagine this video didn't have John V or didn't have John V talking. All of a sudden, it's a very different video. Like, I'm not going to watch the video. Like, I like to watch videos with people inside of them, with people talking over them, right? So it's like, if you're building something that's very visual or very like technical, or like you're showing something, put yourself in the video. You have nothing to lose. So again, that's why I love this video. Like, again, if John V wasn't there talking, like, and she's just showing the demo, I don't know. Nah, I wouldn't watch this. But she does, and she does a great job explaining what it is. Let's talk about her copy. I love this headline. This is like a 9.5 out of 10 headline. But then I get pretty confused here. She says, stop saying you used to be fluent in. I wish she just literally told me what it did. Like, it's a Chrome extension that converts your Netflix subtitles into other languages so you can learn languages while you watch your favorite TV shows. You know what I mean? Like, don't get too cute around what it is. Don't try to sell people. Just get straight to the point, with your launches. Again, headline, what is it? And then a CTA. And I think John V does a great job with her CTA here. Just reply or DM for access. Beautiful work. Beautiful work. Cool. Let's do another one. I'm gonna go through one more from last season, and I want you all to kind of this is one where I won't bias you right now. Let's check it out. Introducing my new product, Go Polar app. It's a wellness app to track your cold showers and plunges, boost your mood, build resiliency, increase focus. Request to get the beta. All right. At this point, do you all watch the video? Like, yes or no? Like, let's say you're scrolling Twitter and you saw this. Do you watch the video now? So for me, the answer is probably yes. But honestly, his text is already so good. And honestly, like, look at his video. Like, it's so cool. Like, I will watch this video, you know? Why? Because one, I already really like his text. This guy's in the fucking shower taking cold showers. Like, I'm watching this video. You know what I mean? He does a great job at explaining like what he's doing, but then he gets me more into it, which is amazing. Now, again, this video is 2 minutes. I would not make 2-minute videos. I would keep your videos to like 60 to 90 seconds max, right? But hey, that tweet did pretty good. Like, Presh here did almost 25,000 views. He didn't have that many followers to begin with. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And again, I think there's gonna be like a lot of competing answers in the chat, right? Some people will say yes, they stop for the video. Some people say no, they won't stop for the video. At the end of the day, there's no right answer to what we're doing here. You have to trust your own intuition. But again, it's always worth asking yourself. Every time you put out a tweet, every time you put out a LinkedIn post, I want you to ask yourself, if I was scrolling, would I stop for my own post? And I think for 95% of you, you would not stop for your own post. And that's the problem, right? You're building amazing things, beautiful things, but it's just like the way you're communicating it is so confusing. And I'm going to go through a couple of examples in the season as well. This is one example that I loved. This is from this season. This is Andy. Andy is working on a voice speech to impaired, giving a voice to speech impaired children. So he's essentially building this soundboard where if your child has a hard time speaking, for example, like growing up, I had a hard time speaking. Like I couldn't speak properly. Like I had a bad stutter. So this is cool because it lets the child actually use this little soundboard to talk essentially. But check this out. Here's the update on my toy with the initial layout I've created for the app, which focuses on the most commonly used words for 5-year-old kids. My goal is to make it simple and intuitive for them to use. Now, the thing with this one is that it's so good. Like, I really just love this idea, but the way he's talking about it just isn't it. You know what I mean? It just isn't it. Can anybody tell me where we can maybe make this a little bit better right now? Like, let's just try to make it better right now. The problem is he has no headline. He has no headline. Like, what are you building? How does it work? How can I get it? Like, that's what that's what Andy's missing here. The video itself is pretty good. Let's just watch the video real quick. Like a little bit of it.
So this is the project or the mobile app that I'm working on in my nights and weekends with BuildSpace.
Cool.
I've got a words for kids at about 5 years old, and just try to lay it out in a way that was simple for them and intuitive.
Okay, honestly, the video could be a little bit better. Maybe you could go more quickly into like actually showing how it works. But honestly, it's a fine video. But it's the text here that's a problem, right? So let's go ahead and just let's just go ahead and like make this better. So what's it called? It's called Minnie Mouth. Okay, cool. Let's keep it simple. Introducing Minnie Mouth. How do you spell it? Minnie. What a weird word, Minnie Mouth. What is it? So what is it, chat? What's the best way to describe this? What's the best way to describe what Andy's working on? It's a soundboard it's a soundboard, right? It's a soundboard. Fuck, this keyboard's new for me. Sorry, lads. It's a soundboard for kids. I can type, I swear. It's a soundboard. Help me out, chat. It's a soundboard for kids who have speech impairment issues. For example, like stuttering. If you have a kid and want to try this, DM me. Like, that's it, right? So let's take this. I'm going to take this text. I'm going to go back in this tweet. I'm going to inspect this tweet. And I'm going to change the text right now. And let's see how it looks. Now, look, this is by no means perfect. But how many of you would actually maybe stop and look at this now? My feeling is a lot more of you. Like, let's go back to where we started, right? We started here. So which one do you like? 1 or 2? 1 or 2? It's so simple, right? But again, I follow the same, like, I'm following the same exact, like, structure, right? There's nothing special I'm doing here. I'm taking his exact words. I'm taking his exact words. And all I'm saying is, here's the headline, here's how it actually works, and here's my CTA. Now, again, almost all of you are missing this. Like, your whole goal this week is to get people to care about your project. So give them a way to care. Like, let them DM you, let them click the links, let them reply and comment, let them retweet for access, all that shit. Why not? And by the way, like, what I'm showing you here is the same on LinkedIn. It's the same on a majority of text platforms. Like, I'm showing you Twitter, but in reality, if this person wanted to go make an Instagram video now, it's the same structure, right? If I wanted to go make an Instagram video, it's like a script. Hey, my name is Farza, introducing Minnie Mouse. So basically, I'm working on a soundboard for kids who have speech impairment issues, for example, like stuttering. Let me show you. And then this person can show me. Finally, he ends the Instagram video with, if you have a kid and want to try this, drop me a DM. That's it. You all see what I mean? It's the same structure across all social platforms. Like, nothing changes. So again, these launches, how I want you to think about them, it's like practice for you. I want you to get your reps in, and I want your launches to be good, because I don't want you to feel like you're working on something bad, because you're working on something so cool. This is another example where, oh my God, one of my favorite videos I've seen so far in S4, but I just did not like their video, or like their copy at all. By the way, I know a lot of you are not trying to launch right now, or like you weren't trying to launch last week. But again, I'm looking at your toys from last week, and I'm kind of making them. I want to change the text such that you could have made it a launch. That's my whole goal. So let me show you this one. And if any of you all saw this fellow, press 1 if you've seen this fellow. Press 2 if you haven't. If you're pressing 2, I got a surprise for you. Okay, so this person's name is Gypsy. Hope I'm saying that right. And this person's a musician. Let's check it out. They're building an a cappella album.
I'm macho. It's been real.
Who said, man, I'm meant to cry?
It's kind of a banger. I don't know.
Who said, man, I'm meant to try? When the war is done and the family's whole, you should let them lie.
All right, look. It's got some rhythm. I think it's got some rhythm. He's got a fucking Pringles can there. Like, it's kind of cool, actually. So, like, check this out. He says, for my third toy, what do you all think? Third track. And, you know, his tweet did pretty good, despite only having... How many followers does he have? He has like 100 followers. And he has almost 5,000 views now. But, I mean, honestly, this could have gotten 50,000 views, in my opinion. So, like, how can we make this better, chat? Let's try to make it better. Let's try to make this better. Again, I want you to follow like the same sort of I want you all to follow like the same sort of structure. So let's go back to Typefully here. By the way, I like to use Typefully because it's like an easy way to save drafts for like your tweets. Okay, cool. So what is he doing? He's working. So first of all, what are you doing? I'm working on an a cappella album. I use just my voice and a Pringles can. Here's the first 90 seconds of my new song. If you want the Spotify link, or it's like, if you want to hear more from me, and if you want to hear more from me, drop me a DM and I'll get you on the email list. That's it. Like, I think this is already like 5 times better than what he has, because it's like, you have to imagine that nobody knows who this person is, right? Like, nobody knows who you are, chat. And you have to remember that, like, you have to try and say things in such a way where people who don't know you can instantly understand who you are. Because remember, a lot of you are tweeting as if people already know you. That's like part of the problem. Like if I go back to his original tweet, like why would anyone give a fuck about this? It's like, you know, like if they're nights and weekends, sure, right? But this copy is kind of a little bit cooler because like if you don't know who Gypsy is, there's a chance that someone actually goes listen to this song. So it's that simple. It's really, really that simple. Again, I followed the same structure, which is the headline, some like what it actually is, and then I finally have a CTA, right? And I think no matter what you all are working on, you can follow the same exact structure. And yeah, what do y'all think? Was that better? Oh, sorry. Do we think this tweet is like a little bit better, like a little bit of an improvement? You know, I think that's like the main thing here. I know this is not the perfect tweet, right? I know this is not the perfect language, but it's a little bit better, right? Than I think this one. Again, a lot of you are tweeting like this, but you have to remember that nobody cares about what you're working on. Like, and you have to ask yourself, like, if you didn't know Build Space for Nights and Weekends and you saw this, do you stop? Probably not. But if you saw this like on Twitter randomly, you probably will stop for this because it's like, oh, cool guy on Twitter making music. Like, why not? I'll give it a shot. All right, cool. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Is this helpful, guys? Should I keep going to more examples? Because I could do some other stuff too. But I think what we can do is we can go through like a couple of more examples. And again, what's the goal right now? I want you all to learn from what I'm doing. I want you all to learn from how I'm adjusting people. And I want you all to make your launch posts better this week. So let's get back to it. I want to show one example, which is software. Okay, so a lot of you are building software type products, right? And I think the number one mistake you're making is you're not including your like yourself in the videos. For example, like imagine you saw this video, but then these two weren't at the bottom right. Like then it's just like a random ass Xcode simulator with WhatsApp. Like I don't know if I will stop to watch it. You have to remember, like when you include yourself in the videos, especially in demos, you instantly are giving like trust to like what you're working on. Because then, you know, people will ask themselves like, is this legit? Is this actually like, what is this? Is this like a scam? But again, like when you put your face on there, it's instantly like, oh, like, okay, these are people who are developing this app. Instantly, like you have this trust that's built with the person who's watching the video, you know? So like, let's check out this post. I actually like this post. Let's watch it, chat, and then let's rate it at 10. So my bro and I built a little toy, our first functional prototype. The days of using WhatsApp to play beach volleyball are slowly coming to an end. Got any thoughts or suggestions? Let me know what you think and show me what you've created.
Hey everybody, I'm Kali.
I'm Nacho.
And together we're building an iOS app for beach volleyball players to organize matches and tournaments. And to show you what the situation currently looks like, how people today, how they coordinate to organize matches. Okay, cool. I've got a WhatsApp group here that I'm a part of, 150 people in this group. And as you can see, every time somebody wants to organize...
All right, I'm getting a little bored now. Let's how does it work?
That's why we built this toy, a very simple toy, where you can see your upcoming volleyball sessions. You can join them, create them, of course, showing the location, when they're gonna happen. So of course, let's say on the 21st of August, right? Okay. You can select, and you can just join them.
Okay, cool. So it's an app to help people find beach volleyball kind of sessions. All right, chat, rate this whole thing out of 10 overall. Like, and I want you to, like, you know, 10 being like, if you rated like a 7, 8, or 9, or 10, it means that you would actually stop and watch. And if you rated below a 7, you just kind of skip it. I guess the easier question is, do you stick around or do you skip? So forget the out of 10 rating. Do you stick around or do you skip? And I think that's really all you got to ask yourself. When you see these posts on Twitter or Instagram, like, do you stick around or do you skip? Okay, a lot of people skip. Some people stick around. Okay. I think that this is actually a really good post. And I think that it's very targeted toward people who are interested in volleyball, right? So I think that's fine. What's cool is some people are saying they stick around, which is pretty cool. So like, you don't, it's okay if like a lot of people skip. You know what I mean? If you even get like every 5 and 50 people to stick around, that's pretty good, to be honest with you. But let's look at how we can make this a little bit better. My bro and I built a little toy, our first functional app prototype. So here's the thing. Nobody cares about this. I'm so sorry to break your heart, and I'm very happy that you and your brother did this. But again, I don't think people generally care, you know? What they care about is that you built a really cool tool to help people play beach volleyball. So let's check this out. My bro and I built a little toy. I love that headline. It's a tool to make it easier to organize beach volleyball sessions. You know what I mean? Like, already this is like a little bit better in the sense that I lost the post here. Where is it? Where'd the post go? No. One moment, please. I lost it. Command Shift T? Control Shift T? No, not the Pringles guy. No, not the Pringles guy. No. All right, it's fine. Regardless, I think that's my main thing. It's like, if you started with just my bro and I built a little toy, and then you actually talked about what it was, I think there's a higher chance to stick around. Because remember, I don't think that people generally want to know that, hey, you built your first web app. Like, honestly, I'm so happy for you. I really am, but I don't think the internet generally cares too much about that. The internet, it's like, oh, wow, like you built your first web app. That's awesome. But it helps you play volleyball. That's pretty cool. Like, let me check this out. And by the way, I loved how that person actually put their oh, here it is. I love how this person put like their CTA could be a little bit better, to be honest with you. The CTA could be something like chat. Do you have a better CTA you can give me real quick? Because this one's not good. It's not good because like, if I'm interested in this, I don't have any next steps. Like, you have to give me the next step. Like, let me DM you. Let me comment. Like, maybe give me a link to get on your wait list. Like, check this out. Tyre says, whoa, I need this. Definitely a problem. Like, go get Tyre's email. Go get Tyre's WhatsApp. Go get him to download your app, whatever. Like, this guy is interested in what you're doing. Like, go give him the thing or go get him on some list, you know? Like, what else? You know, you have a bunch of people that are saying it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. But again, you don't want a bunch of people to just say it's cool, because then it doesn't mean anything if they just say it's cool. Like, do they actually care? Great. If they actually care, they'll sign up for your wait list. They'll download your app. They'll pay you money. They'll do something, right? And I think that's what I need you all to remember when you do your launches. And also, what's just really good about this launch is the video. Like, I really like the video. 60 seconds. I kind of wish they just started like around right here, where they just start showing how it works instead of explaining the whole problem and all that stuff. Like, you know, you don't got to waste our time by explaining everything. Just like, trust me, when you make your videos, put your face at the bottom left and just show people what you're doing. That's it. Don't try to sell them on the problem. Don't try to be like, let me tell you why this is the most important thing, or let me tell you why this is such a big problem and why you should pay attention. Like, don't worry about it, right? Like, just show them what you're doing. I promise that's the most effective way. All right, let's keep going here. I want to pick one here. I have a lot to pick from. You all posted a lot of videos. Let's do this one. So this is kind of cool. This is Haiji. She worked on a did someone just say hashtags are good? Oh god. No. Okay, everyone, chat, please. Look, I don't know about Twitter. I don't know about LinkedIn, but on Twitter, hashtags just look so cringe. All right? I'm going to give you a very, very simple tip here on tweeting and on LinkedIn as well. And just in general, like, you want to make sure that like your copy looks clean. So for example, let me show you here. A lot of you are doing stuff like this. Like, I'm working on my a cappella album for, you know, nights, weekends, you know, S4. So like, I'm working on that, like, with Farza TV. so excited. You know, like you're doing all this. Like this is already so disgusting. You know what I mean? Like if I take this and then I put it like in here, like it'll just look really bad because you're just stuffing yourself with random like tags, and then you're gonna be like hashtag web dev, hashtag web3, man. You know what I mean? Like there's no point in doing stuff like this. Like just treat the audience with respect. Treat the audience with like just treat the audience and be very straightforward. And the best way to treat your audience is with intelligence, right? So this is a lot better. So again, I'm not saying don't tag people, but if you do tag people, my number one advice is to put it at the bottom. Just put it right here. Look how much cleaner this looks. You know what I mean? Like you're not confusing the audience with a bunch of random ass tags. You're just starting with clarity, and that's what I need you all to do as well. Like again, this is way cleaner than whatever else we got. Because again, you have to remember, if you're scrolling Twitter and you don't know build space, would you stop on that tweet? That's the number one thing to ask yourself. Now, I would stop on this tweet personally. Now, maybe you don't, right? And that's fine. But you have to write your launches and your posts in such a way where you would stop. And honestly, that's where this gets really fun, because all of you are so different. You come from so many backgrounds and cultures and languages where what it means, like what you think is good is very different from what I think is good. But again, just you already know what a great tweet looks like, what a great post looks like, what a great launch looks like. You every day are looking at great launches and tweets and posts and everything, right? So learn from that, because you already know in many ways. I want to look at Haiji's here because I thought hers was really cool. Where is Haiji? Sorry, I think I lost her. Oh, here she is. So 10 years ago, I thought of a story, but I never started it. Okay, already, I fucking love this headline. 3 days ago, I decided to bring it to life and make an animatic music video of episode 1, my toy for build space. All right, instantly, I already like this a lot. I wish that Haiji told me a little bit about what the story was here. You know, maybe tell me about the story is about, you know, a girl who works at a cafe and ends up getting superpowers or something. You know what I mean? Like, I would have loved that. Now, already it's pretty good, and I stopped because I think the intro is really good. But let's watch the video. It's 6 minutes. I'm not going to watch the whole thing, but let's see if the beginning's any cool. So she literally went and storyboarded everything instead of making the whole video. All right, pretty cool. So it's already really interesting. Like, it's just, it has such a cool aesthetic, and like, and it just, everything about it's just cool to me. You know what I mean? This is like an instant, like for me, I probably watch at least half of this if I got the time, and I watch the whole thing if I got a lot of time. So it's like, but I think the one thing Haiji could change is maybe add a little bit about the story in the tweet or in your post so that people watch the whole thing, you know? Because I think right now it could be about anything, you know what I mean? But it'd be cool to like talk a little bit about it there, and that gets people to watch the whole video. But yeah, but again, it's very, if I go back to the structure of all of this, right? The structure to success, it's headline, it's how's it work, and then it's CTA, and then finally, almost always, it's a video of you showing it. You know what I mean? Like, that's really it. This is the true pathway to success. If all of you actually launched like this every single day for the next 3 weeks, you would really get places, I promise. I want to do one more here from a musician who I really liked, but I hope her next launch post is better because I really like her music. Let's check her out. Her name's Kat. Ooh, not this slide. Boom. This one. All right, so this is Kat working her song. All right, let's go. Okay, cool. So this is really good. First of all, this is just really good because it's actually like a solid song. You know, maybe Kat considers it unfinished. That's fine. But to me, like if I hear this, it's like it's already a pretty solid song, right? But like again, I think her copy just needs some work. You know, chat. Like chat. If you were to rewrite her entire tweet, how would you rewrite it? Go ahead and give it a shot. I actually really like her video. Now, again, when you all are making your videos, you don't always need to have your face in them. It kind of depends, you know? Like in this case, it's probably better that Kat literally just showed FL Studio. It's kind of a cool vibe, right? You have to kind of trust your intuition, to be honest. But for a lot of you who are working on like software technical projects, it's almost always a screen recording. I think for artists and creators, you have to trust your intuition a little bit, but it's almost always the same thing, just by showing your work. But all right, let's make Kat's tweet a little bit better, right? So her headline is this: Scary posting unfinished tracks. But in Farza TV, we trust. Okay, I love this. Let me steal that. Scary posting unfinished tracks. First idea for my electronic music EP and then a bunch of emojis. Okay, she likes emojis. That's fine. Let's take those. Let's take that line. I love that line. Let me know the first word that pops in your head right now. I'll check out your toy. I don't like that line that much. CC build space. Okay, cool. So let's improve this now, right? We just want to make her toy or make her post a little bit better. It's like let's just try our best here. I think I actually really like her opening line. Oops. Sorry, I'm not a Windows user. Okay, cool. It's scary. Posting unfinished tracks. But here's a snippet to my next song. Melodic bass. Vibes. Let me know what you think. DM me if you liked it. Plus, wanna get my Spotify. Like, honestly, this is not perfect by any means, but it's a little bit better, right? In the sense that, like, it's a lot more clear to me, like, what she's doing. Like, okay, she's working on electronic music. She's new, like, posting her songs, so she's scared. Okay. She's working on melodic bass. Let me know what you think. And then she has that great video, right? And then finally she says, DM me if you liked it, plus want to get my Spotify. That's the CTA, right? The CTA just stands for call to action. And that's it. Like, honestly, like, I would DM her if she had that right there. Like, if she said DM me to get the Spotify, I'd DM, right? But she didn't say anything. And then the problem becomes, like, Kat's posted a great thing, but then she needs to actually capture some of these people, right? Because these people are going to disappear. All the people down below, right? And for a lot of you, got to remember that, like, a lot of those people are going to disappear for you. And you got to capture them somehow. You got to prove that they care. Yeah, DM for a full unplugged track. I love that. My gosh, that sounds cryptic. Use your letters. I'm so sorry. Let me know what you think. I'm so sorry. Actually, chat, I'm curious. Which one do you like better? Actually, that, like, 1 or 2? This is 1 and this is 2. Which one do you like better? 1 or 2? I personally prefer 2, to be honest, because it's just shorter. But it depends on your style. Again, like, for me, if someone has this in their tweet, I probably skip it. But if someone has this in their tweet, all of a sudden I'm like, yo, this person knows the lingo, knows the abbreviations. They must be cool. I'm gonna look at this. So you know what I mean? It's like you have to kind of trust your intuition, you know? And that's the hard part here, like trusting, like. But I think always a good guide for you is like, would you stop on your own tweet? That's always number 1. And yeah, we have a bunch of other examples here, but I don't think we have to go through many more of them, actually. I feel like it makes sense, right? I feel like it makes sense what we got to do, right? Like, Chat, do you feel a little bit clearer about like how to launch or how to make like a better post, or like it's like it really is a science, like the anatomy to a launch, you know? It's not that complicated. And if I go back to my screen here, it's just as simple as this, right? Like a lot of you will overcomplicate this shit to hell. And it's just really annoying to me because I love your ideas. And like, I'm just mad that you're not doing a better job of just showing it. But it's not that you're bad at it. It's just that, you know, you haven't really tried much. And you got to put in you just got to put in some hours, and you got to just like take your shots, right? Like even if I were to go into the OS right now, by the way, everyone, if you go to the OS, you can go to S4 people. And if I go, actually, let's just go to like the latest toys on Twitter. Latest. All right. What's wrong? Let's just go through a couple of posts. What's wrong with this post, chat? What's wrong with this post? This person obviously is putting in some effort, putting in some work. What's wrong with this post? I'll tell you right now. It's like it has no headline. Like, what are you building? You know, like start off with what you're building, explain what it is, and then explain what you're launching, you know? So in this case, he's launching a new feature, right? By the way, a lot of you may not understand, like when you launch, you don't need to have like a new thing like a new product you launch, right? You could launch like a feature. You could launch like a specific 20-second piece of your song. You can launch like anything. You can launch new stuff every day. Like remember, go back to, you know, the BuildSpace example here. If we go back here, where is it? Like this, right? Like these are all launches at BuildSpace. Like launching is just creating something and putting it out there for the world. Now, and yeah, and I think a lot of you all are creating a lot, but then it's just a matter of putting it out there. But again, I don't want to roast this guy too hard because it looks, I see this person around a lot. Oh my God. They have the BuildSpace logo and everything. I love this person. But again, I want this person to do better, right? And you have to have a headline. Because again, I don't stop on this tweet. Like that's the very honest opinion right now. I just don't stop on this tweet. But I think I don't stop because of the text. You know, it's just a lot. We got hashtag Godmire happening here. Like I love the support, but again, I don't know. Let's check this one out. Hey, yo, I'm late, but this is my toy. A ref skeleton and content plan for my website. Okay, there's no CTA on this one. So like, what do I do once I look at this? You know, like there's no CTA. Like, do you want feedback? Do you want me on your wait list? Like, what do you want, right? This person said, here's my toy for S2. It's S4. Moving on. Better late than ever. My first toy, my rough idea of a cover I'm going to put out. And then says this. But again, there's too many tags here now, right? It's like kind of confusing. Can you tell me more about the type of music you're working on? Can you tell me more about like why you're doing this or what you want from me? So again, like you all can scroll Twitter yourself and get a really solid idea of the ones that are doing well. Like let's go to the top right now, right? So let's go to the top here. Who's at the top? Probably. Oh my God, there's a lot here. I've made 100 like already. Like look at the ones that are doing a little. Oh, this one has like no likes. This one's really solid though. I've made 110 desktop wallpapers. Comment blood. This is amazing. Like this is already like, all right. This is like an 8 out of 10 launch post already. Like look at it. I've made 110 desktop wallpapers. You can put your goal in for demo day. And etc. And then you can use them as a slideshow background and feel like you're the protagonist. Comment blood if you want it. Hey, yo, blood. I'm in. It kind of feels gang related, but that's okay. And yeah, you could see the ones that are doing well, right? Like, and I want you all to learn from the ones that are doing good because like, it'll teach you a lot. Here's my toy, shows the toy. And almost all the ones that are doing well, like follow this structure. All right, chat. I don't want to burn you out too much now with more examples, but let's finish up here. All right. So let's just review here. By Tuesday, I want you all to have launched something. I don't care if it's your product or your song or like a little feature that you released. I want you to launch something. I want you to make a launch post, ideally on Twitter, LinkedIn, or Instagram, or preferably all three if you're real. And I want you to get people to care about your project, right? Real quick in the chat, just so I know, how many of you are after trust, usage, or money? Can you tell me in the chat real quick? Are you doing trust, usage, or money? And then finally, tell me how you define trust, how you define usage, how you define money. For example, like what does trust mean to you? Does that mean someone signing up on your wait list? What does usage mean to you? Does that mean someone posting something on your app? Like, can you explain to me what that means? So like, I'll ask you why I'll tell you why I'm asking this question in a second. Trust equals people signing up on my wait list. Usage equals people doing queries. Usage equals someone downloading my app. Trust equals someone getting on my wait list. Cool. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a lot of you have the right idea. So that's awesome. So what happens after you launch? Well, then we go into next week, right? Next week is all about iterating on your idea. I think that a lot of you are at the point now where you have your toy, and your toy is your foundation, right? And as you over these next 3 weeks of nights and weekends, I'm gonna sort of guide you on how to take that thing that you think is just a toy and make it more and more legit every single week. And this is the first week where you got to do that, right? Like last week, all you had was a toy. This week, you got to build on top of your toy a little bit. Maybe launch your toy now, right? And it's all about iterating on your, like next week is all about iterating on your idea, which is something I haven't really talked about yet. But how do you make your idea better over time? How do you talk to people? How do you get feedback? All that stuff. So we're gonna be covering that next week. And the week 3 guide is live. Let me show you. So if you go to the OS and you click week 3, we have created Jeffrey has created some fantastic videos here that really lay out how you should make a launch post. Like he literally shows you like videos, like how you should record your videos. He even has a whole entire YouTube video that he made around how to make like really good LinkedIn posts and Twitter posts. And then he even has a template that he gave you to make really good Instagram posts, right? You have everything that you need to succeed because Jeffrey has given it to you. So everyone say TY Jeff. Other than that, the week 3 update is live as well. Again, if I go back to the OS here, and I go to week 3 update, the week 3 update is actually very straightforward. We only ask for really 2 things, a link to your launch posts, and then we ask you for some proof that people care about your project. So that could be a screenshot, that could be like a picture of people using it. It really could be anything. That's really all this week's update is, to be honest, everyone. It's very straightforward. And if you have any questions about anything at all, please email s4@buildspace.so at any time. And on Tuesday, by the way, we're going to release details on how to RSVP for the San Francisco event and Dubai. Just so I can get like a quick show of hands, press 1 if you want to go to Dubai and press 2 if you want to go to SF. Or if you think you want to go and you think you can go. I'm just curious. So 1 for Dubai and 2 for SF. Oh, shit. Yo, we got a lot of people here. And press 69 if you just don't have enough money to go. But hey, you're going to try your best to save up. You got 3 weeks. A lot can happen in 3 weeks. Cool. That's awesome. I look forward to seeing a lot of you. If you do plan to come, remember, you need 3 of 6 weekly updates. So the RSVP form will drop next week, Tuesday. And we did that very specifically because on Monday, the week 3 update is due, right? So by Tuesday, you'll know if you're allowed to come to the event. Because again, you're only allowed to come if you do 3 of the 6 updates. So again, if you do plan to come, I would start looking at flights and I would start budgeting a little bit. And if you don't have money, maybe start a lemonade stand. Maybe start selling some headphones on at your school. You know, when I was a kid, I sold candy. Start something, please. Just let it be legal, okay? Please let it be legal. And yeah, the IRL events, I'm not gonna shill them too much, but they're just a lot of fucking fun. And I really would love for a lot of you all to come out to them. And yeah, should be fun. And also, I want to introduce something new to you all, kind of fun. I'm introducing badges plus house commons. So let me show you something. So the Discord now has these badges that you can gain by participating in the Discord. And we've actually been capturing points for a little bit now, but you can actually go in our Discord and earn these badges. It looks something like this, where you can actually, as you talk in the Discord, you can actually have these little badges that show up. If you want to check your rank, Let me just show you how you can do that. If you want to check your rank, all you got to do is click a rank check here, and you get like a, and you'll know exactly what your rank is. You just do /rank, bada boom, and boom, you'll know what your rank is. So that's the house. That's the badging system. Pretty excited about this. We have a lot of people who are doing a lot of cool shit in our Discord. As you rank up, the highest rank is legend. And if there are certain people who become legends, we will be in contact with you and we will get you something special. But yeah, it's going to be fun. And that's the rank system right there. You can check your rank. And that's really it. I'll see you all on Tuesday. Oh, I got to show you one more thing. It's cool. I'm sorry I missed it. After this live stream, we are all going to go here. Where is it? Not there. We're all going to go here. We're all going to go to the House Commons down here. Do you see, if you go to the Discord, you'll see these little voice channels, and you can join these different voice channels. They all have a limit of 10, and we'll be hanging out in them. So feel free to join these little ones down here. You should be able to see them. Yeah, exactly. Like, it looks like Tropy just joined Spectre Seek. Anyways, we're going to have those open for about an hour after. And yeah, make sure in the Discord, I'll be hanging out there after as well. And yeah, how it's set up is that you have all these little rooms where there's max of 10 people. Because I know Discord can get kind of crazy when there's a lot of people. And yeah, I'll be hanging out there for like a little bit after the stream. And it's going to be a cool place for everyone just to hang out in general, right? So go in there, share your screen, show what you're working on, hang out with people, you know? And again, I'm proud as fuck of all of you who have stuck with us for 3 weeks. Keep it up. 3 more weeks to go. And that's all I got for you today. That's all I got for you today. And that was quite the stream. We got a lot done today. All right, cool, everyone. I'll see you all in Discord. Hopefully this was helpful. And if it wasn't, let me know why. Email me, s4@buildspace.so. But hopefully it was helpful. And we'll see you next week on Tuesday, where we'll be covering how to iterate. So that's it. Peace.
forgetting the clock is ticking.